The Warriors just won the title. NBA draft buzz is coming up rampant. Teams are offloading stars. Teams are upset with their stars. Like the Nets are apparently with Kyrie Irving. Sean Serrano reporting that there is an impasse between the Nets and Kyrie in contract talks. And you probably understand why. Kyrie wasn't the most available player for Brooklyn this year, but super talented, came there to form the trio with Kevin Durant and then James Harden coming later. Now Ben Simmons, who's also not there. But Kyrie's certainly one of the most polarizing players in the entire NBA. And the Nets, it seems like the Nets might not want to deal with it. Matt, what would you do with a player like Kyrie Irving if you were Brooklyn?
Obviously, Brooklyn's in a predicament with Kyrie because when he plays, he's super good. He's probably a top 10 to 10 guard in the league, and he provides a scoring punch that they probably need, especially alongside Kevin Durant, now that they don't have James Harden. He's a better fit with Ben Simmons than he is with Harden. But obviously, there's so many issues off the court. He might not play sometimes. You don't know what's going on. But it doesn't feel like there's an easy path. A lot of people are pointing to the Lakers, like trying to get Russ back. But that's just a terrible fit. Like, Russell Westbrook and Ben Simmons do not belong on a basketball court together. The Nets had one of the worst defense out of any playoff team last year, I believe, outside of the Timberwolves. And like Russell Westbrook doesn't help that at all. So I don't think that there's an easy out. I would probably just ride with Kyrie Irving if I had to. But if he's going to hold out, then there's not really much that you can do. A lot of people pointed to the Clippers too. I don't know what the Clippers would give up to make that to be worthwhile for the Nets, like Reggie Jackson and Monte Morris or something. But it just doesn't seem like that's something. It doesn't seem like there's an easy pathway out of this for either side.
It doesn't, because it's not that Kyrie's just a disgruntled star like we've seen on so many other teams, which like Anthony Davis. He doesn't want to play for New Orleans, so he's not going to play for New Orleans. Yeah, New Orleans has to figure it out. Is you have a better player than Kyrie Irving, who is friends with Kyrie Irving, and who is instrumental in obviously like building that Nets trio that's at least planned out for now. And there's a part of this where it's not just we don't want to deal with Kyrie Irving, but you still want to keep Kevin Durant happy, because then if Kevin Durant leaves, then you're stuck with nothing. You got right. You got Ben Simmons and Kid Thomas fucking good. But if you're not, so I think I'd agree with you, or I'd just stick it out, because I do still think there's a pathway for the Nets in the East. I know they're the butt of a lot of jokes this year. Rightfully, it's been called one of the most fantastic big three flameouts that we've had. And I guess so far that's probably true. But you're looking at next year, Kevin Durant he was playing great this year. He just didn't play so many games where he probably would have made like first team All NBA. Kyrie Irving, you already mentioned, top 10 guard in the league, can give you real close 50, 40, 90.
Yeah.
And next year they shouldn't have all those vaccine mandates, which is the reason that he all the games. So say he plays 65 games next year. He's not the most healthy guy in the world anyway. And then you get Ben Simmons, who at the start of next season at least should be healthy.
Yeah.
And that's one of the best trios in the NBA. And then you got Joe Harris. I'm not sure if Blake Griffin's coming back, but it's a team that we've seen can attract those buyout guys, or have mid-level exception veterans who want to come in and help win an NBA championship. So I still do think there's a realistic path for the Nets next year. And I think Brooklyn wants to have their cake and eat it too, because it sounded like they're willing to give Kyrie a max for 2 years.
Yeah.
And he's, I want the 4, the 5. I'm sure he's eligible for like 250, like whatever it is now. Some crazy number. So if I'm Brooklyn, I think I'm just biting the bullet. I think I agree with you, and you try to hit your championship window now, and if it doesn't work, you're going to be rebuilding anyway.
Yeah, to your point, like if it does work out and like he does decide to, that's a very good trio. Like you said, one of the best in the NBA. And along with that, like it fits. Yeah, Ben Simmons will do a lot of things. A short roller in transition. He's probably the best like wing or perimeter defender in the league when he wants to be or when he's playing, assuming that he comes back fully healthy. So I don't understand, if you're the Nets, why not just try? Because you don't get these championship windows. You don't get a Kevin Durant on your team all the time, especially if you're the Brooklyn Nets. And like you said, with the buyout guys, like we saw LaMarcus Aldridge make an impact last year when he came back. Yeah, I would, just ride it out and hope that things gel and things work out. Kyrie is happy enough to go to a title, break your way.
If we get ready for Russell Westbrook, it's good work. Kevin Durant doesn't want to play with him.
Yeah, there you tried that. It didn't work.
I'ma get it, you know I be on the way. Yeah.